Michael Rubin of Posternak Blankstein Lund. Hi, Michael.
How are you, Jeff?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Michael, tell us first a little bit about, what the firm does, what you do, what your practice is, and then we'll have some discussions.
Sure. Posternak Blankstein Lund, located in Boston. We're about a 50 lawyer firm. In addition to having 50 lawyers, probably about 50 support staff. Our practice is primarily dealing with small to medium-sized middle market businesses, usually in and around the greater Boston area. We have people that are expert in every area from estate planning to business organization, litigation, intellectual property, etc. And so we've covered all the various aspects of the law, various divisions and places in the law, and have expertise in those areas. So the small to medium-sized company can come in and know that they're going to be able to be handled from top to bottom, including their own personal needs.
Nice. And so let's talk about your practice.
Sure. My practice, I've been doing this for about 35 years, still practicing, so I haven't got it right yet. Most of my business is small to medium-sized, closely held corporations, and frankly, a lot of family businesses. And as such, I've watched clients start from the garage and move their way up the line. And I kind of serve as the trusted advisor, not just the lawyer, the one that they make the phone call to when they don't know what their problem is. And it's up to me to find the right lawyer or the right solution to their problem on any given day.
Interesting. And so have you seen any changes in the marketplace over the last couple of years?
Oh, certainly. I mean, the last couple of years, first of all, everybody is so price conscious. Every entrepreneur always lives on the bottom line, not on the gross. But today, they're being very careful. And a lot of times, we're not seeing clients until it's a little too late. Before, when the monies were a little bit freer flowing, people would take the opportunity sometimes to, or usually took the opportunity to give us a chance to talk to them before they got into trouble. Today, however, we're starting to see more and more of the people getting in trouble and then making the phone call.
Interesting. So you work a lot with family business.
I do.
Give us, so you're not just practicing laws as much as you're sort of like a consultant, aren't you?
That's what I say. It's a kind of a trusted advisor. I hope that's what I serve as. I've been fortunate enough to deal with companies that have passed on from generation to generation. I'm very proud of one in particular that we're on the third generation and still going strong. There are children in this business and children outside of the business, and somehow or another we've managed to keep the peace all these years.
Do you want to, without mentioning who they are, you want to give us a sense of what kind of projects you've done for them?
Sure. They are a retail operating business that also owns real estate. The real estate that they own are strip centers and other investment property. In addition to the investment property, several of their retail stores were located within a couple of these shopping centers. So what we did was we had the fathers, two brothers who established the business. And when it was time, they each brought a son into the business. One had five siblings, 5 more children, and the other one had 2 more children. They each brought one in. The complexities start from there. So what we did was we worked out a process whereby the sons that are in the business and were working in the business bought the parents out, legitimately bought and paid for the business itself. Then the problem came, what happens with the real estate? The real estate was owned by the families and would have passed down to the next generation, which means their siblings. So I needed to make sure that I could avoid any problem about, well, you're not paying enough rent, and so forth. So I entered into long-term leases so that the business operation would be protected. The leases were fair market value at the time and had up clauses and so forth, so that the inheritance piece of it would be fair when it came down. As the years went on, we were able to put together a scheme where the 2 sons that were in the business were able to buy out the real estate. And then what we did was we did what's called a tax-free exchange, a 1031 exchange, and the properties that had the business in it, we sold off to the 2 that were active in the business, and we took the other properties, transferred, doing a 1031 exchange, into investment property. So now